Welcome, everybody, to our reorganization meeting. Mr. Hastings, our school business administrator, will call the annual reorganization meeting of the Township of Ocean Board of Education to order.
Thank you, Madam President. Adequate notice of the meeting has to be held by the Township of Ocean Board of Education on Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024 at 7 p.m. has been provided in accordance with the requirements of Chapter 231, Public Laws 1975. Notice of the meeting was posted on the bulletin board in the lobby of the Administration Building, 163 Monmouth Road, Oakhurst, New Jersey. All Ocean Township schools and transportation offices and the school district website on January 3rd, 2023. Notice of the meeting was transmitted to the Asbury Park Press and the Coaster newspapers on January 3rd, 2023. Notice of the meeting was filed with the municipal clerk, Township of Ocean, on January 3rd, 2023. We could all stand for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Like to move to item 2.1 on our agenda, the report of the annual school election. The official results of the annual school election held for the Township of Ocean Board of Education on November 7, 2023, per certification from the Monmouth County Board of Elections, are as follows. Candidate Gerard Dalton, 4,159 votes. Brian Schneider, 4,049 votes. Caitlin Dam, 3,882 votes. Alex Hayes, 2,872. Shawanda Beal, 2,761, and 84 write-in votes. And at this point, we'd like to swear in our newly elected board members. If I could ask our members to come forward, and we'll swear them in one by one up by our logo.
Perfect.
All right, Mr. Dalton, we'll start with you. If you could repeat after me, please, in a loud and clear voice, so everybody at home can hear you. I state your name.
I, Gerard Dalton,
You solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States,
and this state
in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I state your name.
I, Gerard Dalton,
You solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of member
for the office of member
of the Board of Education.
of the Board of Education.
I am not disqualified as a voter
I am not disqualified as a voter
pursuant to,
pursuant to
this is the good part, RS 19:4-1.
RS 19:4-1.
I am not disqualified
I am not disqualified
due to a conviction of a crime
due to a conviction of a crime
or offense
or offense
listed in
listed in
NJSA
NJSA
18A: 12-1,
12-1,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
justly,
and
justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of that office
of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I state your name.
I, Gerard Dalton,
You solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I have undergone a criminal history,
that I have undergone a criminal history
background investigation
background investigation
for the purpose of ensuring
for the purpose of ensuring
that I am not disqualified
that I am not disqualified
from membership
from membership
due to conviction of a crime
due to conviction of a crime
or offense
or offense
listed in
listed in
NJSA
NJSA
18A:
12-1,
12-1, and the results are still pending.
and the results are still pending.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I state your name.
I, Caitlin Dam,
You do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States
Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and this state
and this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I state your name.
I, Caitlin Dam,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess
that I possess
qualifications prescribed
the qualifications prescribed
by law
by law
for the office
for the office
of member
of member
of the Board of Education.
of the Board of Education.
Am not disqualified
I am not disqualified
as a voter
of a voter
pursuant to
pursuant to
RS
RS
19:4-1.
19:4-1.
I am not disqualified
I am not disqualified
due to a conviction
due to a conviction
of a crime
of a crime
or offense
or offense
listed in
listed in
NJSA
NJSA
18A:12-1,
18A:12-1,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
justly,
and justly perform all the duties
duties
of that office
of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Help me God.
So help me God.
I state your name.
I, Caitlin Dam,
You solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I've undergone
that I have undergone
criminal history
a criminal history
background investigation
background investigation
for the purpose of ensuring
for the purpose of ensuring
that I am not
that I am not
disqualified
disqualified
from membership
due to conviction
due to conviction of crime or offense
of a crime or offense
listed in
listed in
NJSA
NJSA
18A:12-1.
18A:12-1,
Results are still pending.
and the results are still pending.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I state your name.
I, Brian Schneider,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State
and the Constitution of the State
of New Jersey,
of New Jersey.
and that I will bear true faith
I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and this state
and this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I state your name.
I, Brian Schneider,
You solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office
for the office
of member of
of member of
the Board of Education,
Board of Education.
am not disqualified
Not disqualified
as a voter
as a voter
pursuant to
pursuant to
RS
RS
19:4-1.
19:4-1.
I am not disqualified
I am not disqualified
due to conviction
due to conviction
of a crime
of a crime
or offense
or offense
listed in
listed in
NJSA
NJSA
18A:12-1,
18A:12-1,
that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of that office
of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I state your name.
I, Brian Schneider,
You solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I have undergone
that I have undergone
criminal history
criminal history
background investigation
background investigation
for the purpose of
for the purpose of
ensuring
ensuring
that I am not
that I am not
disqualified
disqualified
from
from membership
due to conviction of a crime
due to conviction of a crime
or offense
or offense
listed in
listed in
NJSA
NJSA
18A:12-1,
18A:12-1,
and the results are still pending.
and the results are still pending.
Congratulations. Family, feel free. Any family or friends want to take any photos? Or we can do it afterwards if you're shy.
Don't be shy.
Then please.
Take your seats.
You can come this way or.
I wanna go
whichever
around.
way that's there, yeah.
Less wires.
Yeah.
We don't want you to trip tonight.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Sir. Good to see you, sir.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, man.
Welcome.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Okay, at this point, we'd like to take roll call. Mr. Dalton,
Present.
Mrs. Dam,
Present.
Mrs. Gilman,
Present.
Mr. McCarthy,
Present.
Mrs. McGovern,
Here.
Mrs. Parlamas.
Here.
Mr. Schneider,
Here.
Mrs. Talarico, Mr. Weinstein.
Here.
All right, at this point, the board is going to elect their president and vice president. According to our bylaws, any board member may place a board member's name in nomination for board president and vice president. A second on the nomination is not required. We will open the floor first to president and then second to vice president. Once we close the first nomination, we'll then vote on the president and then we'll do the vice president after that. So at this point, I'd like to open the floor to nominations for president. Mr. McCarthy.
I'd like to nominate Denise Parlamas.
I know we don't need a second, but I'll second it anyway.
Okay, I'll second it too.
I'll double second.
I'd like to nominate John McCarthy for vice president.
We're gonna do president first.
President.
We'll close president and
I
then
make-
So we,
I make a
president will
motion-
then,
I make a motion to close nominations for president.
I second.
seeing no other nominations, this is a vote for president for Ms. Parlamas. Mr. Dalton,
Yes.
Ms. Dam,
Yes.
Mrs. Gilman,
Yes.
Mr. McCarthy,
Yes.
Mrs. McGovern,
Yes.
Mrs. Parlamas,
Yes.
Mr. Schneider,
Yes.
Mrs. Talarico, Mr. Weinstein.
Yes.
Motion carries. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Before we move on to the nomination for vice president, I just want to take a moment to thank you all for giving me your vote of confidence to be your new board president. I look forward to the challenge and I really look forward to working with all of you. So thank you very, very much. I also just want to take a moment to thank Mrs. Gilman for this past year. I know that being school board president is a lot of work and it can be very stressful at times, but you handled yourself very well and I appreciate all of your efforts and I thank you very much.
Thank you. You're gonna make me cry.
Okay, and with that, we are going to move on to the nomination of the vice president. I'd like to open up the floor for nominations.
I'd like to nominate John McCarthy.
I would second that.
Okay,
I make a motion, I'm sorry.
are there any other nominations?
I'll make a motion to close nominations.
All right, Mr. Hastings.
Do we need a second on
I'll
this?
second the motion.
No, yeah, no second needed. but-
Okay, this is for Mr. McCarthy as vice president. Mr. Dalton,
Yes.
Ms. Dam,
Yes.
Mrs. Gilman,
Yes.
Mr. McCarthy,
Yes.
Mrs. McGovern,
Yes.
Mrs. Parlamas.
Yes.
Mr. Schneider,
Yes.
Mrs. Talarico, Mr. Weinstein.
Yes.
Motion
There you
carries.
go, John.
Very proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay, and with that, we will go on to the public comment session regarding agenda items only. The following are a series of reorganizational motions. All motions have been posted on the district website and along with reference lists and attachments. At this point in the meeting, we will now conduct the first of two public comment sessions. The first session will be open for public comments on agenda items only, and the second session will be at the end of the meeting and can be on any topic. Would anyone from the public like to comment on any agenda item at this time? Please make sure you send a chat to the meeting moderator to let them know that you wish to speak. Is there anyone in the room?
Good evening. I just want to wish the three new board members up here best of luck. You guys are taking on a really important role. I'm excited about it. I've worked with this guy in Asbury Park. I've worked with that guy in Asbury Park. I worked with his brother in Asbury Park. And I've worked with that guy in Asbury Park. You guys, seriously, you have a big role here. I'm looking forward to you guys being on the board. I'm looking forward to some really good success here. And know that there's collaboration with us. Again, I'm Mayor John Napolitani. I didn't say that when I stepped up here. 8 Old Weathersfield Road. I want to assure this board, the superintendent, and the business administrator that we're here to work with you guys and Madam President and Mr. Vice President. We look forward to a very good working relationship over this next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Mrs. Conway, is there anyone in the queue?
Yes, Madam President. Allison Connolly would like to speak. Please
Okay.
go ahead.
Can everybody hear me?
Yep, we can hear.
Excellent. Thank you. Allison Connolly, President, Township of Ocean Education Association. I would actually just like to second the comments made by Mayor Napolitani. I look forward to working with this board. I congratulate the new president and vice president, and I wish you all of the best in this next year.
Thank you, Mrs. Connolly. We appreciate your comments. Okay, is there anyone else, Mrs. Conway?
No, Madam President, there are no more commenters.
All right. Then we will move on to board as a whole. And I will be reading the following agenda items. And I will do so quickly, I promise. 4.1. I move to approve designating Jeffrey Hastings, School Business Administrator, as qualified purchasing agent as follows. Be it resolved that the Township of Ocean Board of Education, pursuant to NJSA 18:18A-3A, designates Jeffrey Hastings, School Business Administrator, Board Secretary, as the purchasing agent for the Board of Education and authorizes him to award contracts in full accordance with the law for purchases that do not exceed in the aggregate in a contract year, the total sum of $44,000 without public advertising for bids. In absence or unavailability of the purchasing agent, the board hereby authorizes Kelly Weldon, Superintendent of Schools, to award contracts pursuant to NJSA 8A:18A-3A. The Board of Education further resolves that all purchases made by the school district shall be done through the purchase order system. Pursuant to NJSA 18:A-A2, a purchase order is a document issued by the purchasing agent authorizing a purchase transaction with a vendor to provide goods or to perform services. The effective date of this resolution is from January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024. 4.2. I move to approve designating Jeffrey Hastings, School Business Administrator, as the Public Agency Compliance Officer as follows. Be it resolved that the Township of Ocean Board of Education appoints Jeffrey Hastings, School Business Administrator, as the Public Agency Compliance Officer for the period January 1st, 2024 to the next reorganization meeting. 4.3. I move to approve the following resolution. Be it resolved that in compliance with the guidelines of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 of the Public Laws 1975, the Township of Ocean Board of Education hereby gives annual notice that until the next reorganization meeting, which will be held in the auditorium of the School District Administration Building and virtually at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, January 7th, 2025, or until further notice is given that. Section 1, the regular public monthly meetings of the board are to be held every month in the auditorium of the School District Administration Building and virtually at 8 p.m. as listed below. The public work meetings are to be held on following Tuesdays as listed and virtually at 7 p.m. Executive closed session will begin at 6:30 p.m. until approximately 7 p.m. Section 2, the annual notice for Township of Ocean education meetings will be published in the Coaster and the Asbury Park Press and will be filed with the municipal clerk, Township of Ocean, on the district website and the district calendar. Section 3, the president of the board will announce and have placed in the minutes of each meeting a statement indicating that the notice requirement of the law has been satisfied, stating the time, place, and manner in which the required notice was provided. Section 4, only emergency meetings as defined by law may be held without complying with the notice requirements of the law. Section 5, the Township of Ocean Board of Education will hold closed meetings only to discuss those matters which are specifically exempt from the law. Primarily, these closed portions of meetings will involve personnel matters and material which would constitute an unwarranted invasion of an individual's privacy. Only the 12 types of material listed in the law will be discussed or acted upon in private. Section 6, before going into closed session, the board will adopt a resolution indicating the specific nature and the subject to be discussed in the closed session, the estimated duration of the session, and if and when that discussion can be disclosed to the public. Section 7, appropriate minutes will be kept of all meetings, including the time and place for the meeting, members present, method of notice of the meeting, and the subjects considered. Minutes will be available for public inspection, except items which are specifically exempt from disclosure by law. Section 8, the public's participation in work and regular meetings is welcome and action may be taken. And Section 9, this resolution shall take effect immediately. The Board of Education 2024 calendar is listed below. 4.4. I move to approve the following banks be appointed as official depositories for school district funds for 2024, and that fund withdrawal authorization is to be granted by signature of those persons heretofore elected, appointed, and/or designated to the office of board president, board vice president in the absence of the president, school business administrator, board secretary, assistant school business administrator, and/or treasurer of school monies as listed below. 4.5, I move for the renewal and approval of all the official Board of Education bylaws and policies of the Township of Ocean School District, and as per the detailed policies currently found in the Township of Ocean Official Policy Manual, which is on file and available for public review and inspection in the District Administration Building and on school district website, www.oceanschools.org. 4.6, I move that the Board of Education adopt Robert's Rules of Order as the official parliamentary procedure manual to conduct the Board of Education meetings for the 2024 year, except where modified by board bylaws and/or policy. And lastly, 4.7, I move that the Board of Education does hereby designate the Coaster and/or the Asbury Park Press as the official newspapers for public notices. The district website, which was mentioned before, will also carry all public notices. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Hastings.
Questions, comments?
Can you read them again?
Scroll items 4.1 to 4.7. Mr. Dalton,
Yes.
Ms. Dam,
Yes.
Ms. Gilman,
Yes, and thank you for adjusting the December calendar for next year. Yes.
Mr. McCarthy,
Yes.
Ms. McGovern,
Yes.
Mr. Schneider,
Yes.
Ms. Alarico, Mr. Weinstein,
Yes.
Ms. Parlonis.
Yes,
Motion's carried.
thank you. Public Relations, Board of Education and Administration will review and discuss the School Ethics Act and the Board Education Code of Ethics as annually required pursuant to NJSA 18A:12-21. And you should all have a copy of that at your seat. And for those of you who are new, you must print your name on top. There's a back page. Actually, there are two.
So we have two copies for everybody. One, it's a two-sided copy. The first side is the ethics standards. As you can see, letters A through J. And the backside is for your signature. So one copy is for you and one copy is to sign and return to my office.
Thank you. Okay, and that was a discussion item, so now we will ask the board if there is any old business. Mr. Weinstein.
Thank you, Madam President. First, I want to just say, Irene, nice job as president, and I know there was a fair number of ups and downs, but I think you came through it well. So I'm happy. I was happy when you were my vice president, and I was happy when you were the president. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I do want to congratulate our 3 board members for joining us. Obviously, you know, I was a big supporter of you guys and very happy you're here today. And I forgot how nice it was to see you until you walked into the door, because I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. So it was just great. And I know great things are ahead for you. Okay. And Denise and John, just great to have you guys as president and vice president. Denise, I've only been on the board for 5 years, so I guess I have 16 more years before I can catch up to you. So, but I want to thank you for, you know, stepping in as president, and John, I really do want to thank you for being vice president. I do want to just say just a couple of things. So, you know, being on this board, there's been these last couple of years have been not. It hasn't had the tone that I would have liked as being on the board. Okay. And by the way, I take some responsibility for that as well. So I think that when we think about our kids, we think about our kids as being able to read and write and all those kind of things. And we also really profess that we want to have kids being whole students. And part of being a whole student is being a problem solver, knowing right from wrong, knowing how to carry yourself and how to be okay with winning or losing and all those kind of things. And I think that our board these last number of years was not really showing that to our kids and our teachers. I think that, you know, I watched Remember the Titans the other day, and it was a scene where the 2 guys are talking to each other. And the team's kind of falling apart. And then one guy says, you know, leadership starts at the top, right? And that's how it goes. And sometimes I can kind of forget that we're in a real leadership role here. And people look to us to how to be civil, how to air out grievances, how to talk to each other. And we really need to be that group. Okay. You all know that I've run a number of companies. I've never had a board member ever tell me, you know, you guys are the best you guys do litigation better than anybody, right? No company has ever become a great company because they're the best litigators, right? So, you know, for me, I just want us to get back to a spot where we can, first of all, majority and minority is every individual vote taken, right? We can all agree on some things and sometimes we won't agree on things. And I don't want us to agree on everything. I want us to have a variety of ideas and I want us to push back with each other. But when I'm on the wrong end and you guys vote not for me, I don't want to be a sore loser. And when somebody else votes the wrong way, I don't want you also to be sore losers, right? I think we all learn from good conversation and good pushing back. And it's important that we actually make sure that that's how we carry this board. Right? Let's be an example for the rest of the district on how to problem solve, how to do it ethically, how to do it wisely, and how to do it with respect for each other. Okay, that's what I'm going to ask. And as vice president, president, I just want to make sure that you know that every time you step in to make that happen, I'm right behind you. Okay, so I just want to say it's been on my mind for some time about. You know, I was thinking about kindness and how we act with each other and the respect you have for each other. And if we don't have those kind of things at this board, I don't know what we're doing here. So that's my, those are kind of on my mind. I just wanted to kind of share that with everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Weinstein. I
Thank
really
you.
do appreciate.
Thanks for the time.
I really do appreciate your comments.
Thanks.
Ms. McGovern.
I just want to second some of the things Jeff said and thank Madam President for stepping up. I know this is a role that you cherished and love, and I know that Frank Parlamas is his favorite role that you hold here as well. So I would like to thank Frank as well and your family for letting us have you in the capacity that we do. Mr. McCarthy, I think that we'll be thanking your family as well for seeing the role that you just stepped into. I made some comments yesterday in Atlantic Highlands when my sister got sworn in as mayor to say that when you run for public office, and you guys ran in a very hard election for this town. And you only step out there and put your foot out there because your heart's there and that's where you want to be. And if we all lead with our hearts and we all lead with our, as Jeff said, we don't always have to agree, but we always have to respect each other and be able to feel comfortable enough to be able to make the comments that you want to make, which I think has been lacking in the last couple of years because we've been afraid to step up and say some of the things we wanted to say. So please feel free to do that. My phone is always available for the three of, for any of you sitting up here, but for especially the three of you, if you have a question or if you want to know something that's, before or after a meeting, you just have a question on something, or how do I read this or anything, you can always ask me. And I know that everyone else here feels the same way, but also if you feel like you can't make a comment or you don't feel comfortable saying something, you can always ask one of us to make it as well. So, feel free to lean on the rest of us. Most of us have been here for quite a while at this point, so we understand it and we will be patient with you as you'll be patient with us, and everything will be hopefully back to the way that we've all been wanting it to get. So I look forward to a great year, a great 3 years, or 2, actually I only have left with you guys. But I look forward to a great time serving together with all of you and with working with Mayor Napolitani, as he said. I think that this town is back into our big red world and back into stepping back into the place where we want Ocean to be. So thank you all.
Thank you, Mrs. McGovern. Anyone else? Mr. McCarthy.
I just want to say a big thank you to Mrs. Gilman. I don't think that we would be in the position that we're in right now if it weren't for her action as a board president. So I do appreciate that greatly.
Thank you, John.
To our newly elected members, congratulations. I am so happy that you guys are sitting here right now. When I was sworn in as an officer in the Marine Corps, the officer swore me in and gave me my oath. He said, today's the last day that this will ever be about you again. So today is the last meeting that we are here, and it's about you. For the rest of your time here, it is about the students of this district. I think that you all know that. I think that's why you stepped up to the plate. But I do just want to reiterate that to the people of this town. I hope that Dancing with the Stars and all the other awesome drama on TV is more exciting than what happens here this year. I think that that is a responsibility of this board to see to it that happens. And then I had thought to say a lot of the things that Jeff said, but the only thing I'll drive home again is that I believe in 100% accountability. We are responsible for all that this board does or fails to do. So let's make sure that next year this board does everything that it can to put our students and this district first and to show everybody what it means to be a part of the Big Red family.
Thank you, Mr. McCarthy. Anyone else? Okay, and the last thing I'm going to say in old business is congratulations. We are thrilled to have you here. I look forward to working with each and every one of you. We will be meeting very soon to discuss many, many things. And I am here for you as well with whatever you need. All three of you are going to be a wonderful addition to this board. I know it. I feel it in my bones, and I'm very excited about it. Next week, I will have an extended board president's report where I'll go through a few things with the board, but I will be reaching out to each and every one of you this week so we can set up our committees and get going and get off to a running start. So thank you again, and congratulations to the three of you. And with that, is there any new business from the board? No new business. Okay. All right. Ms. Conway, is there anyone in the queue that has any public comment at this time?
Madam President, there are no commenters in the queue.
Thank you. And I forgot to ask, is there anyone here that has any public comment? Okay, being that there is none, I would like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in
All
favor?
right.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.
Certainly.
I'll see you next week. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.